So are you trying to figure out how to set up and what are the best practices when writing email marketing? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Hey, what's going on? My name is Tim. I'm one of the co-founders here at Scary Good Marketing, and we help take the fear out of marketing and advertising your business using battle-tested strategies and creativity to bring you a better ROI. And this is really something that we see and get asked a lot is what actually makes up effective marketing emails and how do we really use them in our business? And right off the bat, the big thing that you have to realize is that you should not just be sending emails just to promote what you have going on, right? If that's all you're doing is sending out promotional emails, telling people, hey, we have this discount, hey, we have this thing, that is not an effective use of your email marketing. Now, don't get me wrong, it really is going to depend on what kind of business you're in. But if you're selling, right, if you're selling food, you're selling something that's a bit more of a commodity, then to a degree it's okay to kind of just promote what you have going on, right? Specials, that kind of stuff. But if you're selling something more high ticket, you're selling coaching, you're selling courses, you're selling a service, like I said, these things that cost a lot more money, you have to look at your email marketing as a way to help nurture, educate, and really just provide more value to that customer. And I think that even restaurants and places like this should be trying to implement these practices as well, and just not always sending out promotional emails, because at the end of the day, if that's all you're doing, then you're really just going to desensitize your customer base. And what tends to happen is all of the email platforms are getting better, right? There's a reason why Google has a promotions tab, right? There's a reason why certain emails just don't get seen as much, because if you're jam-packing your emails and all they look is very promotional, it's more likely that those emails are not going to get seen. They may end up getting put in a promotional tab and the customer doesn't even know that they're there. And the other thing is, like I said, with that, if you're always just sending out discount emails, that kind of stuff, you're really just training your potential customer to wait for the best discount, right? And this is the big thing that we see a lot of people fall into this trap is as you get closer to the holiday season, as you get closer to Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, any of that stuff, if you have the very same promotions every single year, people will literally just wait and wait and wait and wait months and months and months just so that they can get those promotional emails. They know that those discounts are coming and they're just going to wait to buy your products. And yes, you may have an influx during the holiday season, but you have to make sure that you're kind of trying to steady out your income and the amount of profits that you're making throughout the year. That's why for us, we always say don't just run the exact same promotions all the time, because whatever that promotion is, that is the new price of your products and services. So I think that that's really the big thing. And that's why, like I said, you want to create emails that really help give more clarity into the product that you have. Talk about results that you may have gotten. Talk about insider information. Talk about things that maybe they wouldn't have ever considered, right? Even if you're a fencing company, maybe you talk about why you would go with a chain link fence versus a wooden fence versus a PVC fence versus, a cobblestone stone wall fence versus all those things, right? Educate the buyer on those decisions. Educate them on what the pros and cons of each one are, right? Not all of your products are created equal. Not all of your things are created equal. Talk about those things. Maybe talk about the competition. Talk about XYZ, right? I think one of the most effective emails that we've ever wrote was on when it has to do with weddings, right? We have done some promotions in the wedding industry, and the thing is, we have emails that are like, hey, look, we know that you're maybe wanting to get a DJ. We know that maybe you're wanting to get a photographer, videographer, a wedding cake person, an XYZ, whatever. And in one of the emails that we send them is like, hey, we've already gone out and gotten all the quotes that you would ever need from all these other top companies out there. And here's what they had to say. Now, of course, if you're going to do this, make sure that you're actually stating the facts. Make sure that it's actually factual. And if their prices change, you have to make sure to update those things. You have to make sure to do those things. Or even just talking about, hey, when working with DJs, these are the things that some people said, or some of the things that really don't matter, right? At the end of the day, these are just the ways that other companies are trying to rip you off. And this is why we don't do XYZ thing, right? All those things, that's what you want to be crafting your emails around. So keep that in mind. Now, one of the other big things is in every single email, as long as it is possible, you want to figure out some kind of call to action. Because right now, with all the things with privacy and all that stuff, open rates are not reliable. You cannot look at your email marketing list, look at the open rate, and judge how well an email is doing. The only thing that really matters is your click-through rate. How many people are actually clicking to a link to go somewhere in your email? And that's why, to me, every single email you have should have a call to action somewhere. Now, it's not always have to, hey, here's this thing, go and buy it. It could be, hey, we made this video, go watch it. Hey, we wrote this blog post, go watch it. Hey, we did this thing. Hey, we got media information. Hey, go leave us a review. Hey, go follow us on social media. Whatever it is, you should always have some kind of call to action, getting those people on your email list to take action. Go look at something, go read something, go watch something, go leave you a review on something, whatever it is. Always have some kind of call to action in your email. And then probably one of the biggest things is automation. You need to start automating as many things as you possibly can when it comes to email marketing, because the last thing you want to do is have to go and write emails, right? A lot of the emails that we have, we use automation. We write them once, we put them in an automated sequence, and they'll continue to go out. And then the emails that we see maybe have really high unsubscribe rates, really high whatever, we remove those from automations, or we go and rewrite them, or we do whatever, right? We are always automating, always testing, refining, looking at what we can be doing better. But at the end of the day, if you're just sitting down, typing up an email, and then sending it out whenever you have something, that is not the best way to do it. You should literally have a catalog of everything that you've ever sent out, and then you should figure out how can we automate this, right? And yes, some of those seasonal things you may not automate, some of the seasonal promotions, but you want to have templates, you want to have a backlog of things, and really just go through and say, okay, over the past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of our Black Friday promotion, which one actually drove the most results for us? Which one actually made us the most income? How do we create variations of that as our upcoming promotions, right? You don't want to keep it exactly the same, but you want to see, can we iterate on this? Can we make it better? How do we get people to buy more and also make more profit on the back end? So those are all the things that you want to think about. And then the other really big thing is you need to consistently be going out and cleaning your list. And what I mean by that is you should not just have email subscribers for the sake of email subscribers, right? Effective email marketing is really going through and also having people get off of your list, because the last thing you want is just to have a bunch of people that don't really read your emails, don't really look at your emails, don't engage with your emails, because that's not useful. None of that is useful. Saying that you have 10,000 people on an email list doesn't really do much, right? To me, I'm like, I don't care if you have 100 people and you make $10,000 versus 10,000 emails and you make $5, right? We have to go through, clean up that email list. And that's why, to me, we use, and we did this recently, we have people on our email list, we send out an email saying, hey, we have this thing, if you want to go and get it, here's where it is. And if they don't get that thing within 3-4 days, we just tell them, hey, obviously you're not really that engaged. It doesn't seem like you really want to be on our email list anymore. And if that's the case, that is totally fine. You can unsubscribe here. But if we don't hear back from you, we don't literally anything, or you don't click here to say that you are still interested, we just take them off our list completely, put them in a completely different category, do whatever, and don't worry about it, because there's no reason to have those people if they're not engaged, right? So make sure you're going through cleaning up your email list. And honestly, I think you should be doing this almost like every quarter, at least once a year, going through, cleaning up emails, doing that kind of stuff. Because if you have a lot of emails getting sent out, they're not being opened, they're not being seen, they're not doing whatever, all that's going to do is continue to hurt your email deliverability and hurt your chances of actually getting an email to the people that are most engaged. So that's really the big thing, is you want to make sure you're just keeping everything up to date. And then finally, this is probably one of the things that literally drives me crazy, is making sure you're actually going through and updating things in your emails, right? The last thing you want to do is have email automations and then say, hey, join our Facebook group, and then I click over to your Facebook group and it says, sorry, this Facebook group doesn't exist anymore. And to me, that is the craziest thing ever. Or it's like, hey, we have this product, go click on it, and I'm excited to buy this product, and I go and it goes to a page that doesn't exist. Right? These are all things that I see consistently. That's why if you have email automations, go through, check the links, click the things, click the buttons, see where it goes. And I'm not saying that, everyone is perfect. Things fall through the cracks, but it's one of the main reasons we use Switchy. We've talked about Switchy.io. They're a link shortener, and the reason I like this is because if we have an affiliate link, we have a link to our community, we have a link to a social media profile, we have a link to whatever, right? Literally anything. If we go through and we use the shortener, now if I put that link in 10 different places, in emails and text messages, on our website, we used it for a guest blog post, whatever, if for whatever reason the original page that redirects to is broken, missing, whatever, and we have to redo it, then all I have to do is go into Switchy, update that link, and all of those links are now updated. I don't have to go through and remember which email it's in. I don't have to remember which YouTube video description is it in, which XYZ thing is it in. I can simply just go and make one change in Switchy, and it automatically is going to get updated to that link that was shared everywhere. So that's a big thing. Really make sure that you're checking things, looking at things, and just going back. Like I said, if you created an email 2 years ago that's in an automation, go in there, click the links, make sure that they still work, make sure that they still go where they need to go, because you'd be surprised at, hey, somebody clicks on this link and it doesn't even go to our new community page. It doesn't even go to the right Facebook page. It doesn't even go to the right product page anymore, right? And all those are failed opportunities, and you're really leaving money on the table by not going through and optimizing those things. So these are all the things that we look at when creating effective marketing emails. Like I said, we have to put all these things together and look at them and use them, implement on them, iterate on them. So make sure you're going through and doing this when it comes to your effective email marketing, because like I said, this is not always just one and done or set and forget. You have to consistently go through, check things, update things, make sure things are working, and these are all the things that we look at, right? So with that, if you go through and you do these, you are going to see better results with your email marketing. Now, that's pretty much what I have for you today. Make sure to go and check out this next video, and I look forward to seeing you in that video.